Hey, it's Bacter, and we've got kind of a halfway update at this point. We're not going to completely tackle a new area quite just yet. However, this is something that needs to get done. This is an area that many people miss in the game because you're never specifically directed to go there. You're just supposed to sort of remember from earlier. And I have heard conflicting reports, either that it becomes available immediately upon defeating the alien commander, or once you buy something from the archivist here, or just at various times. But what I haven't gone through and tested it myself, but whatever, it's open now. So if you remember, back at the end of Area 1, before we left to go on our trip, there was a locked area up here, and it had some sort of purpley infection goop all over the place. Well, now it's open to us, so now we can go in and see what the deal is. And this is odd. Everybody seems to be worshipping us, I guess. Pardon me, gents. So we're just going to save here, I guess. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe these guys are better. You know, maybe they have not given in to whatever malady has overcome the rest of everybody, and maybe we're deserving of worship or something like that. Well, anyway, this is there's a lot of ground to cover, so let's keep moving. Um, it's kind of unnerving. I like it, like as a mid-range thing. I mean, these guys aren't any different than the ones we faced the first time we played through, and they're not really any challenge, as we're about to see. Remember this big guy? This is the Brute, and we encountered him first when we were at the very end of the first challenge series. And here he is to kind of mess with our day. He's got just an enormous reach and a ton of health, and that's kind of his thing. But unfortunately, we've been leveling, and we're pretty tough stuff McGruff at this point, so he's really no challenge. The rest of the enemies, as you saw, it's a different go around beating people this way. So the deal is, if people are kneeling like this, they will be. If they're kneeling, then they're non-hostile until something wakes them up. For whatever reason, that includes the ranged guys firing a shot at you. So if they can get off a round with their guns, then everybody wakes up and decides that you're bad. And if not, then if they do a melee attack or something like that, or there's melee going on near them, then they don't realize that anything's wrong, and they just keep supplicating or whatever. So here, watch this. See they hear the sound of that shot being fired, and for whatever reason that drives them bananas. But melee combat near them is fine. Also, being hit in any way causes them to snap and come after you. So that's why Big Stuff McGruff there was able to wake him up. This is a really good area for grinding because after progressing as far as we have, check that out. We got a stasis trap, so that's cool. After Big Stuff McGruff hit them, then they wake up. That wasn't the point I was trying to make. After we've progressed so far, leveled up so much, nobody's really super threatening us in this area. At least, not yet. Not that there's nothing even remotely threatening in this area. Oh my goodness. I should go back to a save point, unfortunately. Actually, you know what? Let's try not, because I made a big ruckus about this being an easy introductory area. So let me put my money where my mouth is. I totally forgot to change my loadout to where I'm carrying the rejuvenation, the syringes. So armed with only the bloodshot eyes, let's say this time. Let's see what I can do. So this guy, he's gonna wake up the other guy. Oh well, that's fine. Toss out that toxin canister. It's not really good at much. Oh, I shouldn't have let him keep going. Okay. Ugh. I'm bad at this. He, of course, as you might expect from who he's supposed to be, has kind of the same moveset as the Guardian, in that he's got that big swipe and then a physical ground pounder attack, which is unblockable. you can see that there are just a ton of rejuvenation things around. And again, because I don't have them equipped in my inventory, I use them as soon as I pick them up. And I'm hoping to not have to use them really hardly at all because of my bloodshot eyes. I think if I can just be aggressive enough. So I'll leave, the ones that I don't do anything with, I'll leave here to try to pick up later. Well, I took a little damage from that. The problem, as always, is that in order to get the health back from your bloodshot eyes, you need to be aggressive and attack immediately. And if you run out of stamina, that's just really not an option. So this is a big, complicated area. There's lots of different places to go. But there's a lot of reward for being back here, too. You see, we've already on our second item. So we've got the stasis trap and the gravity bomb, and I'll absolutely be showing those off. Those are good items to have. And this is why it's a little... I actually don't mind it, I think. Oh, 3 guesses as to what's going on in this room. Yeah, even the Guardian Part 2. Because remember, in other levels... we would have 2 bosses that we could face, and that, as it turns out, is not any different in the first area. It's just that this other guy is in a state of reverent worship, or rest, maybe. I guess that would also fit the metaphor back here. Now, the first time you ever fight him, you really have the best odds of taking him down, and I'll tell you why. It's because if you fail to beat him the first time, and you come back in, then everybody in the room starts aggroed, so you have to deal with these guys on the 4 corners while while this guy is coming after you. And as is the case with most other bosses of this type, he absolutely has all of his attacks to begin with. So that includes his normal combos, like what we're seeing here. And obviously it's going a bit better than it did last time. That also includes stuff like when he does his jump, the ground pound, this thing. It's just a bummer all around. However, he doesn't have any new attacks. And because we are so much mightier, yeah, this is not really particularly an issue. Boom. Not bad at all. So there's the Temple Sentinel defeated. We got a hawk of memories for that as well. The Temple Sentinel's heart. Yes, we can now get one get-out-of-jail-free card if we take a what would be fatal hit. As you can imagine, that's super useful. And there's other stuff to do in here yet. This is kind of supposed to be a secret, I think, but... these always look closed, but then when you approach them, they open up. I actually missed this the first time I played the game, which is a bit of a bummer. And here we are in this chamber. No real word on what this infection is yet, but check out these pods. And yes, these contain all of the other choices you could have taken for weapons. So we get the assault blade, we get the sword spear, which we already had, that's fine. We get... the shield axe, and this 4th and 5th one here are empty. I think the game was intending, and possibly is still intending at some point, to put 2 other weapons in the game, and just don't have them yet. Yeah, I don't think we can see the weapons. Everything else you can kind of fill up the slots. The weapon slots always have 2 weapons that never get filled. Like, there'll be 2 empty spots at the end of the weapon chart. And I think the deal is the developers are going to put in some more weapons later. But be that as it may, here's this guy thing. Yep. Correct. Okay. Just a sassy guy. Well, you know what? I forget that. I'm going to talk to you. Sure. Alright. Seems sort of fatalistic. I promise. I'll do my very best. I don't know if you need a certain amount of stats before he'll teach you stuff. Seems ominous. I guess. Yeah, I suppose. So the Psyker Authority is worshipping the planet itself. Well, there's a bright side to everything. Just sell me stuff, dude. Okay, here we go. So he is an expensive seller, but has some good stuff for us. So we're going to want Split Spear, of course. We're going to want all this stuff. Some of it are just high-level spells and high-level weapons. One thing I haven't tried, when you run an attack, you get like a cool attack like that too. And I noticed the one with the sword spear is especially cool. Let me give that a try. Anyway, you notice that we got the Psyker attack, which causes a blade to swing out in front of us. That's the same one that the Archivists use and that the Prisoner 1 used against us. Alright, let's try it out here. Yeah, wow! That was... I can't believe I haven't been using that. Oop. I say right before just taking it in the teeth. Alright. Alright. Yeah! See how you like death. I think I ran over my own ice there, and I think this guy is being mean to me. Anyway, some of the other ones, Decoy in particular, not Decoy. Decoy is kind of funny because it just, it gets people off your back for a second. The one where you switch places with people doesn't seem all that powerful because it just disorients them, but against certain bosses, it can be very valuable because of the momentary disorientation. And so if you are relying on keeping people off balance, that can really be your huckleberry, as the phrase goes. So I'm just going to try to clear out this place. You can see a lot of those panels that open pathways and stuff like that, and the reason for those is to allow progression through this without waking up most people. Like, oftentimes if there's a bridge you wake up, it'll be so you can avoid the one guy who's awake and just tiptoe by all the sleepers. Whoop. Oh, bugs. There we go. Oh, I was crushed to death. That's bad times. I am buff stuff enough to where single... Oops. Boy, it's a little hard to aim. But anyway, a single surprise swipe can do in people, and that is absolutely where I want to be. There we go. Just, again, like any boss, learning this guy's cycles lets you deal with him without too much onus. I forgot that he could do that double swing there, but for him, the flash red means he's about to do a blockable attack, which, again, is, as we've discussed, backwards for the ranged guys. There's just so many items back here. I think that the throwing knife, if I remember correctly, still isn't any good. Just, surprise, surprise for being an item. But, man, we are outfitted. And, in addition, just traveling back to that guy let me get enough memories. And that was, I took one path and just dealt with everybody that I ran into. Not even the first room, though. I think I let all those guys live the first time. Because there was nobody around to wake them up, so they weren't a threat to me. Oh, hello. Can't tell if these things are falling apart or if they housed somebody. I have been kind of idly just trying to look at a few of the background designs and see if I could work out, what was supposed to be going on here. You can see, though, in this area, there's much more... Looks like they're more wakeful as you get back in the back of this area. I don't actually know what the deal with the reverence is. I assume... I don't know. Again, I sort of assume that's maybe how they were supposed to be, or... Either that, or they're resting. Those are my only two options. So somebody in the thread pointed out, and I thought it was a good comparison, that this reminded them of some of the sort of surreal Eastern European style of flame grenade. Yeah, if they absolutely can't get to you, they do have that backup option. Not something that they use often, but there you go. Where it seems dreamlike in a way. There's this... there's a definite challenge going on here. There's a definite story. There are sort of heroes and villains, but people are sort of playing more ambiguous roles as well, and you're not like 100% sure exactly what's up and what's going on. Um, Things seem ominous, and it has sort of this oppressive feel, and I do associate that with more Eastern European properties and stuff like that. And again, I'm just absolutely armchair philosophizing, but I don't know if that's like a result of just having or being more comfortable with insecurity as like a cultural thing. You know, they like it's just like in America or the West, maybe if you want to call it that. Like we're happier with like a standard simple fairy tale where they're like, this is the bad guy, this is the good guy, this is the localized conflict that's easy to understand. Um, and you know, we all know what the stakes are, kind of thing. Okay, time to level up. More agility, more willpower. Actually, more more intelligence. Yeah, I want that sweet extra spell damage, please. Anyway, I think I caught everything, and I think I have a compliment. You know what, though? Since this is sort of a halfway point, and I don't necessarily need to do a whole nother video, let's just see if I can show off the stuff I got. So I got Teleport, I got Psychic Blade is 25 intelligence for that. Okay, I won't be showing that one off for a little bit. Draining, I've already showed off, so all I have is Teleport, Psychic Blade. Didn't I get... Is Decoy an item? I guess it is. Yeah, here we go. Got Throwing Knife. I got a lot of items, didn't I? And I got Decoy. All right, let's go to it. First off, we got Teleport. Zonk. Just teleport right to somebody. Zonk, just like that. And let me wake him up so you can see how this goes. Zonk. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer in that it puts you right next to them. Oh, that woke up everybody too, didn't it? Wow. Look at that. Just threw that throwing knife. And can I grab it? Is that the deal? I actually haven't used it that much. You can see, I mean, it didn't do what I'm prepared to call a ton of damage. There we go. Yeah, okay, so that's the thing. I guess it's just like an infinite use. Like you can just pick it up and... Whoop. Okay. That's not the worst thing in the world I've ever seen. And here goes, there's my... Looks like that Sleepless Wanderer there, doesn't it? That decoy. And it stuns people when it explodes, so that's nice. That's fun. Don't gang up on me now. Oh! Oh, and if you throw it off a cliff, is it just done? Okay, same deal with the teleport here, or the decoy. It looks like you can pick it up and redeploy it. So that's handy. I'll have to remember that. It's not like it's just a one-and-done thing. Okay. What else? We also got a stasis trap, and we got a gravity bomb. That sounds like fun. Let's wait until we're ready, and then let's throw that gravity bomb. Yeah! Wow, that was fun. I mean, it collected everybody in one nice, easy-to-use package, and it drained all their stamina, which is, you know, frankly, the important part. And here's a stasis trap. See if any of you guys will walk into it for me. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Just froze him right solid. Till I could get around to punching him. And you get a whole bunch of those, so that's a more useful kind of item, I think. So bully for that. Let me just try using a couple gravity bombs here. Again, it seems like the real nice thing about it is, didn't want to wake everybody up before it was time. Yeah, just collects them, so you can do some nonsense like that. Oh, you can trap yourself with the gravity bomb. Good to know. And how long does this last? That's kind of fun. Let's just see. And what if I teleport to somebody that's in it? No, I don't trap myself. I guess it's just until I want to hit them. So, okay, they're just out of the fight. No, not forever, but for a real long time. Or you can be a psyker and just obliterate everybody. Alright, Well, there we go. This is probably going to be a good area to test out future stuff. And also, I will absolutely show you that sword spell for when I get 25 intelligence. I gotta tell you, that's probably like more trouble than it's worth as far as that goes, because I don't remember it doing an unbelievable amount of damage. I know I got it before. These stasis traps don't seem that good either. Anyway, this is just me messing around at this point. But that was the sort of hidden area back here. Oh, let me show off that thing we got. Let me take a deadly hit, just so you can see what it's like. There we go. And I just get to live once. And then if he hit me again, I would have died. It's nice. It gets you out of a jam. Yeah, and that's that. It's recharged on resting, as are most other things. So that's our bag of tricks. That's our very extensive bag of tricks. And actually, let me change items to make sure I'm never again without my immortal blood, because, oh, that was terrifying. And I'm going to go back to the old faithful, I'm sure, disintegration and ice shard, which are just so great. Okay, well, with this, we are outfitted and more than ready. Oh, I almost forgot. This is just going to take 1 second more here. Let's show off that split spear. You've seen everything else. Now it's time for the split spear. Split spear is okay. Not really my favorite, but check it out. You activate it, and either hit yourself or a nearby enemy. There we go. With it, and it does regular okay damage when it's in. I guess the enemy has to be aggroed, but when it's out, it does some real good damage. The thing that I kind of don't like is, like, I think maybe once you get hit for the first time, it closes back up. So, it's you know, the intro lightning bolt stuns. So if you've got somebody, you know, somebody's got their back to you or whatever, like, that can be like a good intro thing. But look, it still did damage to me, and yeah, it's the first time you get hit, it looks like it closes up. So, kind of a bummer there. Now, the initial damage that the lightning bolt may do to you is made much better by the bloodshot eyes, as everything is made better by the bloodshot eyes, because they're just great. Now, what happens when you do... Ah, it's the same. Anyway, that's the split spear. Not going to see a whole lot of use, probably, unless people really mob me to see it. I'm probably going to go back to... Well... I don't know. Now that I've got all the weapons, maybe I'll take a turn with both of them. So I'll show off the shield axe first. Alright, next time we'll tackle the fourth area, and you'll see the shield axe in action. Still didn't say it right. Whatever. You'll know what you'll see next time. Ladies and gentlemen, I remain Baxter. This remains Immortal Planet. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.